The Aerophile 5500 is a huge tethered gas balloon composed of an envelope inflated with helium, a net, and a gondola, all connected to the ground by a cable and operated by a hydroelectric winch. Under the control of a licensed pilot, the Aerophile carries up to 30 passengers in the gondola, making it the largest balloon in the world. The balloon takes off about every 10 minutes and rises to 150 or 300 meters in altitude, depending on the site. Once it arrives at its highest point, it remains stationary for a few minutes, allowing passengers to see the countryside from a unique point of view, with a huge yellow sphere suspended above their heads. Then, drawn by the winch, the balloon descends gently back down to the ground. An aerophile, which is non-polluting, silent, and very spectacular, measuring 32 meters high and 22 meters in diameter, is visible from a radius of more than 20 kilometers. For passengers, flying on board is an unforgettable experience. Without any noise or shaking, floating in the air with a void beneath their feet, they are offered the sight of an all-around panorama. Wonderful. You feel as though you're flying, dreaming, going off somewhere. It's impressive. You don't go up very high, but you can see the whole of Paris. Magical, an enchantment. It's impressive. The sensation of climbing without stopping was interesting, and then in the end we did get back down again. It's like being a giant and seeing people who are as tiny as that. Well, if I manage to do it, I'm sure lots of other people can. This new concept of attraction was set up for the first time by Aerophile SA in 1994 at the Chateau of Chantilly. Since then, this balloon has helped to increase considerably the number of visitors to Chantilly, while in its own right becoming a major attraction in the region. Every year, it carries between 30,000 and 50,000 passengers, and will be starting its 8th season in 2001. Aerophile SA, created in 1993, the designer and manufacturer of the Aerophile 5500, has sold more than 20 balloons around the world, in Europe, China, Japan, Australia, and the United States. This attraction has been set up at historic and cultural sites, in amusement parks, or above major capital cities like Berlin, Vienna, and Paris. Installing a tethered balloon requires a free circular space of 80 meters in diameter. The engineering works start with the construction of the landing platform and the sealing of the anchoring plots. The single block winch station is then placed on the site right next to the balloon. This is what operates the 400-meter-long cable connecting it to the balloon via a central pulley in the middle of the platform. The gondola, made up of aluminium and composite materials, has already undergone numerous resistance tests. The envelope is composed of 46 gores, assembled using a very meticulous dry bonding system. The decoration chosen is then reproduced and hand-painted onto the fabric. Composed of 9,000 knots, the net which holds the envelope is also handmade. In January 1999, the city of Paris, Fortis Assurance, and Aerophile SA joined forces to offer all Parisians the opportunity to fly above the cradle of the aerostation. The city of Paris allowed the Fortis balloon to be installed in one of the loveliest parks of the capital, the Parc André Citroën. Aerophile SA operates the site thanks to the takings from ticket sales. Fortis Assurance, which finances the operation, displays its logo in the skies of Paris and benefits from the considerable media fallout. The Fortis balloon was inflated on a beautiful day in June 1999.
On va soulever et on va se déplacer vers la plateforme.
Ouais, on va sur la Mercelle.
It took more than 8 tons of ballast, 5,500 cubic meters of helium, and the energy of a great team for the Fortis balloon to be inflated in less than 15 hours. Preceded by many test flights, the inaugural flight took place on July 1st, with on board the gondola the mayor of Paris himself, accompanied by various children, journalists and personalities.
Monsieur le maire, s'il vous plaît, voilà, s'il vous plaît.
1, 2, 3.
The operation was then an immensely popular and media success, which continued over the following months. In 1 year, 100,000 passengers, of whom 25,000 were children, discovered Paris seen from above and were initiated into the aerostation. Fortis received the top comm event Grand Prix of the year 2000 and considerably increased public awareness. The example of Paris shows that the Aerophile 5500 is unquestionably an outstanding attraction in all respects. Thanks to its experience and its double competence of manufacturer and operator, Aerophile SA is able to bring an unparalleled know-how to the realization of this spectacular event.